All right, so this is exciting. Two electric car ads commercials are hitting the airwaves, the internet, and one's from Porsche for the Taycan, and another one is for Volkswagen ID.3. We're gonna watch both of them, and we're gonna talk about, are they effective in order to attract the people outside of our bubble of electric car enthusiasts? And what can they do to hopefully improve? So let's grab some popcorn and watch them and discuss. Welcome to E4Electric, your number one source of unbiased electric car news. If this is your first time here, go ahead and click on the subscribe button down there so you don't miss anything moving forward. Okay, so this is kind of like a book club, except for we're gonna do no reading, or almost no reading. There will be a couple of things we have to read, but now, so first and foremost, no matter what I talk about right now, kudos to Volkswagen Group, right? They have already put a lot of money into their Audi brand, and the commercials like this have been aired. The other one that I like even less than this one was aired during the Super Bowl. They were in Avengers, where they're e-tron GT. They are going to be in Spider-Man. So kudos to them for spending money. As you probably know, I think they are spending it in the wrong way, but nevertheless, it's a good start. So now it's Porsche's turn. As you know, they've unveiled Taycan. It's a big hit. Sort of, but it's definitely a big splash. They made a big splash. I think Tesla is already beating them at the racetrack, but anyway. So let's look at this ad now. As you guys know, I can't play the sound for either one of these ads because of this copyright things and the legalities. But I don't think we really need the music, but the Porsche one is the soundtrack is You Really Got Me Now by Kinks. Actually, I thought it was Van Halen, but it's Kinks, and I was looking for it, but the answer was an actual ad, which music they used. All right, so it starts out in this kind of a warehouse. Where a lot of different Porsches from different times are stored, and this part is I'm not quite clear about. Is with either all of these older Porsche cars are kind of gathering electricity to light up the newer Porsche, the latest Porsche, the electrified Porsche, or the other way around, because the Taycan is in the building, as you can see. Because of that, all of these cars are getting all this electricity and stuff like that, right? So I would say it's the latter, but I'm not quite sure. So finally, they are presenting the Taycan, and as you can see, everything lights up, and that's the screenshot of the Kings playing on the radio, and music starts ramping up, and we're gonna talk about that in a second. So, and now finally, they are basically saying that the new Taycan is here, and overall, you would think it's not a bad commercial, right? But on the other hand, again, who are they trying to target? Because I guess it's a good commercial if you're advertising yet another Porsche, yet another car, but okay, so let's go over like the first one. By the way, I don't know what's going on with this Volkswagen commercials starting like we're just about to witness a drug deal. We're already, there's also, remember that Ford F-150 kind of a promotional video where it kind of also started with what's going on? Are we in where the train tracks? What's going on? I don't know. I guess it's the mystery thing. But anyway, and just like I said, the Kinks were playing the radio. So I originally thought it was Van Halen, but how many of you guys thought that this was Van Halen or Kinks? I've learned something new. All right, now, as you remember, I said, let's go back to talking about, this whole tagline saying different fuels, same soul. And I think this is where I think they might be missing an opportunity, because yes, it's a different fuel, and I understand they're trying to sort of appeal to their, we're still Porsche. If you love Porsche, this is the same car, just there's a tiny little difference. But the thing is, it's not a tiny little difference. It's a big difference, because, and in a good way, in so many different ways. I don't quite understand why these commercials do not include front and center, hey, you never have to visit a gas station again, or spend money on gas, or spend money on tune-ups, on oil changes, and so much maintenance, right? Like, I don't understand, now that I said it, I kind of understand, I guess, because they want to get your money for maintenance for the gas cars. But if you're advertising an electric car, this is one of the biggest things. So I don't quite understand why they're missing an opportunity. I just literally when you know, when live for this video, which by the way I do on Patreon, I saw someone on LinkedIn saying face the direction of travel, right? Like, I feel like this video is all about the, you know, past and how the past is fueling their future, but really face the direction of travel. I love that, because you really should be talking about all the great things you're going to be experiencing with the electric car, rather than kind of like, yeah, it's the same, it's, oh, we promise it's the same, you know, it's just quieter, hope you're okay, you know. I don't know. So let me know in the comment section what your thoughts are. I just don't think that they're hitting it. All right, so now let's look at the Volkswagen ID.3 ad, which is part of their sort of series of ads called Now You Can. This is the first one that's obviously non-camouflaged. All the other ones were camouflaged. So let's look at that one as well. Before that, of course, a quick reminder that this video and this channel is sponsored by Byton. Check out their all-electric SUV. The final design has been available at the Frankfurt Auto Show, starting at only $45,000 or about 45,000 euros in a year and a half or so. Make sure to make a reservation using the link in the description of this video. Takes about 60 seconds of your time and $0 deposit. All right, so let's move on to the ID.3 commercial, and this one is kind of long one. This is, by the way, again, sorry, no sound, but this is all happy music of, you know, cool young people, which kind of makes sense, having a good time. But and there are some flashes in this commercial, so you can see the app. Now I know, but every car has an app. I wish they would have talked about things that you can do with the app for an electric car, right? You know, like for example, you can cool it down and warm it up while you're somewhere else, and it doesn't use the battery with the 12-volt battery that can be drained, right? And I don't mind all the shots of the car. It's really cool, except for that weird guy kind of looking somewhere. They're also advertising how, you know, this is going to be really a really fun drive, how people are going to enjoy it. You got to throw soccer in there, of course, and some tattoos, because without that, you know, no one cares. Now, we're going to talk about that shot of the girl waiting to charge the car. That's an unfortunate parking. And this is where, once again, they're featuring the artist where they you know, use the track off. Augmented reality, that one is, I'm also going to mention a little bit later to you guys, because I actually think this is one of the coolest features of the car. And of course, they're finally at the end, kind of like if you stick around, they'll tell you that it also goes 550 kilometers. Really, it's going to be translated to probably roughly about 300 miles or so EPA, you know. All right, so by the way, the interesting disclaimer, I've never seen a disclaimer like that. It says near production prototype with optional equipment. So never seen this near production prototype disclaimer. All right, so I said we're gonna go back to this, and I don't think this is a good image for people who are thinking about buying electric cars. Waiting around for a car to charge is not what people want, right? The whole point is that you plug it in at night and takes 3 seconds, and then you come back in the morning, it's fully charged, and you unplug it, and off you go. Yes, on the long distance trips you would have to charge, but you wouldn't be waiting, right? You would be at the restaurant, or, you know, going using a bathroom and stuff like that. And by the way, I don't even know what she's waiting for, because obviously that plug is not even plugged in. She's just hanging out. So, but this is just not a good image. This, you know, the whole image should be the opposite, saying, hey, you don't have to visit the gas station again. Show this car passing by the gas station. That's actually was in the Audi e-tron commercial that I didn't like much, because I think the message wasn't tuned very well. But the overall sentiment should be like, you don't ever have to do that. Now, the head-up display is pretty cool, but I'm not really crazy that it's actually cutting off the name of the street. I think that should definitely fit. But as you can see, the arrows, right? So that's augmented reality kind of stuff, and it literally shows you where you need to be going straight and then when you need to turn. Now, I don't know if this has just happened to be this way because it matched the street, especially going to the right, but I think this is really, really cool. Like, this would be a huge selling point for me. I know it has nothing to do with a car being electric, but it's a great technology piece. Now, they have had other Now You Can commercials that are also kind of been kind of weird. There's one where, you know, they're talking about driving, and yet not a single person in that commercial was behind the wheel. Though that flag that she was waving, I kind of want one. It's the camouflage pattern for what the ID.3 was originally camouflaged in. And the other one featured this double two-headed deer. No, not sure if why my Wait, my picture didn't come up. Let's see. Oh, there you go. Sorry, but there's a two-headed deer. I'm gonna assume this was filmed at their Chernobyl studios. I don't know what it has to do with electric cars, but nevertheless. So, you know, overall, fun commercial is great. Exciting stuff is great. And if this was any other regular gas car, I could totally understand. Whatever. But I feel like every time, you know, they have to sell two things here, right? Selling electric cars is a little more challenging right now. You have to sell a concept, and then I would say it's a two-headed challenge, right? One, you have to sell a concept of electric cars, which is much harder, and then you have to sell a car. I think selling a car is not as hard because, you know, they kind of, you know, everyone's on the same page there. But the first one is really a tough challenge, and I think they've missed so many opportunities to tell, you know, regular common folk who doesn't really know much about electric cars why electric cars are better. The electric cars are better. I think everybody who ever talked about how this whole adoption of electric car technology is going to go, and say, listen, electric cars need to be better. I think it was Jay Leno. I think there were quite a few other people who said it just needs to be better for people to buy. And in these commercials, these ads do not push that. And I think that's my problem with that. So let me know what you guys think. Of course, while you're in the description of this video, click on the link to sign up with our VIP list, where we send you a bonus story every Saturday, something that we just can't fit into this channel or e4electric.com website. So I definitely recommend, and or you can just go for e4electric.com/VIP. All right, looking forward to your comments. Other than that, see you guys next time, and remember to stay charged.